Welcome back to Covenant Therapy Marriage Ministry. I'm Janine.
I'm Teray.
And tonight we're going to talk to you about growing together.
Growing together.
Why you should, what can happen if you don't, and some advice to help you move in the right direction. So, when you've been together for 28 years like we have, you start to notice opportunities where you could definitely start drifting in the wrong direction. And so if you're not paying attention, you find yourself on way opposite sides of the proverbial room. And so, that's not where you want to be. So we're going to talk about this tonight.
Well, yeah, and I just want to throw out there, too, one of the reasons why I know we're going to, dig into this is that especially when you have kids.
Woo. Yes.
Kids.
That's a layer.
And jobs, depending on what your job is and your career field, and stuff like that, or things that could definitely like put you in those opposite sides of the room. So, yeah, it's really easy to start drifting apart. Especially if you've been together for any length of time, you get real comfortable, you get used to each other. So it's really easy to drift apart and start doing your own thing. And it's okay to have your own separate interests. It's okay to have, sort of your own goals and aspirations, hobbies, things you enjoy doing, and even having your own like friend group that's maybe not like the same as the couples group. Like that's okay. Right. It's just all things in balance, like we always say. And so anything that's out of balance is generally not gonna go so well. No.
So,
and especially even recently within the last couple of years because of COVID. Has in some relationships, it's pushed people
Forced
to, work, be at home more, learn how to be together more. And people that used to have that freedom, to be out and about, and be with their friends and have that space, found that,
that space is gone.
Yeah, that space wasn't available because of the circumstance, And so I'd hate to have to look, and see if there was actually any real statistics, but
I'm sure there are somewhere.
What are the statistics on if there was any divorces due to COVID being an issue, but because of that, and then you start talking about finances, and then you start, because you're losing money in the home if if both people aren't able to work, or what all did this mess bring,
so I'm sure there definitely are studies out there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I had to look that up for sad, but just for fun to look it up and see if there's actually
for knowledge, really.
Yeah, it's probably not over yet because we still not over the pandemic yet, so there's still some lingering stuff.
There is, and who knows, mess around and get another lockdown.
Right.
It's a good thing I like you.
Hopefully not. Yeah, we learned that a long time ago. That we worked in the same building. We've been
working together off and on
for a long time,
for quite some time. Work in the same ministry together. We used to work in the same office building at our job. Yeah. Now we work from home. Our offices are right next to each other.
Door. And even we worked in the same building. People would still be
together,
like,
we drive together there.
How in the world do y'all work together in the same building? I couldn't do that with my spouse. Like what? That's supposed to be, the person that you're the closest to. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? So it's like, don't look at me like I have the problem.
Right.
Maybe you should look at yourself like, what's up with your situation?
Maybe you need to fix that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's, but, to each his own, we get it. We understand all of that, But for us, we've just been able to learn how to work together and form that team, and grow together. And once again, going back to our original story, where it started off good, we had a lot of years of rocky road, ups and downs and troubles, but through the fight, to stay together and get things to work, we've been able to grow a really, really, really good friendship, a really good relationship. And so now things are at, this place where they're a whole heck of a lot better, than what they used to be. So, that's what we're sharing. We're sharing.
Well, let me just share this little tidbit. So I have to say that I've said for a long time that Teray is my best friend, and, I share everything with him, and, I love to spend time with Teray, and it's been great. And really, this is what's sad.
Are you about to?
I am. It really wasn't that long ago, actually. And, I made a comment, about being best friends. And he said, well, I feel like I'm your best friend, but I don't really feel like you're my best friend. And I was like, that hurt. And then we had a conversation, which that's our big thing. We're always talking about communication. Actually, that's one of our upcoming episodes. We're always talking about communication, so we're very open, and we try to be pretty honest. We're not nitpicky, but we definitely try to have conversations around things so that they don't become bigger things. But, we talked about it, and he spends more time doing things I enjoy doing. He spends more time listening to me. He spends more time investing in me than what I was doing for him. And so, of course, then I was like, I need to change some of my behaviors. And
now
after 28
we
years,
watch Ohio State football games
I'm watching
together.
football.
She yelling at the TV
I
now.
am.
I'm gonna have to calm her down a little bit.
I am.
I think she's about to throw the remote at the TV.
I am. I'm a little too invested.
Yeah.
It's sort of like makes me mad. I feel like I'm gonna have to like pull back because it's sort of, when my team is not doing good.
Brought her in.
Get angry.
She jumped in at the wrong time. It was Ohio State versus Michigan. The biggest game of the year for Ohio State and Michigan fans, and it was a wild one. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about her.
I was a little extra. I'm not gonna lie.
Babe, appreciate your enthusiasm.
yeah. I was a little extra. Wait, but all the while I'm like, wait, what was that called?
Right. I'm
like, wait, was I okay to be? Should I have been happy about that? Should I have been mad about that? Like, what does that mean? What did he just say? What does that mean?
Yeah.
I still don't even know the rules yet.
But it's good, because that shows that that you were putting in the effort to
I'm all in, babe.
To do that. Yeah,
I'm all in, man.
That's what it takes. You know what I mean? And even for me, because she loves watching movies.
Oh, watching movies.
She loves watching movies,
TV shows.
going to the movie show.
Oh, I love going to the movies.
Watching TVs and stuff like that. And I that's not my favorite thing to do. But she's got me hooked on a few of her shows, and the longer they're on, the more I get, invested in them. I'll just sit there and watch them, especially at night. We're in the bed. It takes her 2 seconds to fall asleep, but she wants to go to sleep with the TV on. So
every night. Come on, I turn it off before I fall asleep. The only time I don't turn it off is when you're watching it and I pass the remotes over.
You already got me sucked into it. You get me sucked into it, then you can't be like, well, baby, you need to turn the TV off now because it's time to go to sleep. Now, I need to see what the rest of the show. You got me stuck in it now. So
no.
We need to work on that, but that's growing together.
It's just an example of how we're growing together. So wait, now everybody, am I now your best friend?
She's my bestie. We BFFs,
That's right. Yeah. We besties now. It's official.
And some other things.
We're gonna get bracelets and tattoos and T-shirts.
No, I don't know if we're gonna
and pictures. Besties for life.
We can get T-shirts, but we ain't gonna be dressing alike. I'm sorry. We did that in the beginning. We not doing that. We not doing that no more. Okay. It was cute back then. Newlyweds and Now hold on. If my cousins is watching this, because y'all still do that, big ups to y'all.
Oh my
God, love y'all. It works for you and your husband. God bless you.
I thought I heard that I thought it was just a holiday thing. I hear that's not the case. That it's an all the time thing.
It's a beautiful thing for them, and it works for them.
It does, and they're so cute.
It's just not working for me.
We love them. We love you guys.
We love you. Much love. Can't wait to see you soon next time.
Absolutely.
You come this way or we come that way, but when we come see you, y'all better not have on the same outfits.
They are. They are.
Can't do that.
They are. I want to see your closets.
No.
I want to open them up. Wait, are they going to match? Are they going to be like color coordinated, going in the same direction?
The outfits are probably lined up
perfect.
Like this perfectly, or all the jeans are in this section, the dress pants, and it looks identical. So that way they can reach into the closet
That's right.
together.
What are you wearing today? Oh, I'm wearing item number 7. Wait,
this is it.
shirt, S7. Pants are P5.
Right.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Got it. Right. No, but what was fly though is I think that they had the jackets and they had his name, their last name across the chest. Like I thought that, and I still don't know because I didn't want to ask if that was actually a jacket, or if that was something that they had made like that, and their name was across the chest. I was like, that's dope though. I still wouldn't do it, but that's dope. So love y'all for that.
We do.
And anybody else.
So he gives his cousin a hard time on a regular basis, just a FYI. So this is not anything new.
She gets it from me,
and she gives it right back. She gives it right back. She's not a pushover.
Right back.
Not for a second. Is that girl pushover?
Not at all. Not at all. And it's all love to the fam.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Growing together.
Yeah.
Dressing together.
So we were talking about some of the negative impacts of trying to get us back on track. Some of the negative impacts of, growing apart, basically, instead of growing together. And, this is something that I think everybody needs to realize or recognize, that when you become one, like when you get married and you're striving to become one, it's two people becoming one. So guess what happens? Your marriage is that oneness between the two of you.
Yeah.
And when one of you is stunted, if your growth in any way is stunted, guess what? The whole marriage is stunted. Mm-hmm. And I think what happens is you don't recognize it at first. So like just say I'm growing and you're not. Well, guess what? I see me growing. I don't recognize sometimes right away maybe that you're not growing. And so I think sometimes things like that happen and you don't realize it's happening right before your eyes. And I think some of the symptoms or signs, I guess, that you could say, things you'll start to notice when you start paying attention.
Right.
Things that you start to notice will be things like, sort of like discord and disharmony between the two of you. Like when you used to sort of get along, super playful, now like not as playful, maybe not getting along quite as well. Sort of a lack of closeness or connectedness. Like you feel like there's a gap, like something's missing between the two of you. I can say from our own experience, for me, I mean, I'll let you speak for yourself, but, sometimes like things that you do that I once would have laughed at sort of gets on my nerves now. You get under my skin a little bit different than maybe you did when we were more connected.
Right.
And then you just got to be real careful, because what happens if you're out there too long is that you have, sorry, my alarm was going off. Sometimes you have the potential to let sin creep in. Mm-hmm. And so when there's discord or when there's a gap, you got to be careful that there's not somebody waiting to creep in and fill that gap. Mm-hmm. Or for the other person, what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe you're not weak in that area, but what if your spouse is? And now there's this gap. And you know how the enemy does. He just slips somebody right on in there like, ooh, insert this person right here. And you just got to be careful, because you don't want to fall into that trap of infidelity.
Yeah. And that's not the only thing, because it doesn't always have to be somebody. Mm-hmm. It could just be something.
Yeah, I agree.
Something could really grab your attention, because of the lack of companionship, or
you feel that space with something else.
You've got another interest somewhere else, and now that thing is going to be the thing that occupies your time.
Yeah,
and that just continues to push you farther and farther away, and you don't realize it, or sometimes even you do realize it. And I think I know people who have realized that there's a separation, but they don't want to deal with it. Because it's been this little bit, after so long, and it, little bit has grown into a lot. Now it's like don't know how to face it, where to start, and they've just become those people now. So they just exist together. But they haven't grown together. They've grown apart. And that's hard.
No, that's right. That's true.
Hard.
No, I agree. Well, the Bible says it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. And the revelation behind that scripture is that it's those little things that you don't even notice. They just nibble. Little foxes nibble the vine. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Over time, that vine starts to die. The more they nibble, the more it dies. And that's the thing that happens is the little things start to separate. You start going in the other direction. And just like you said with, the friends that you're referring to, they turn around and now they're like miles apart and they don't even know how they got there, much less how to get back.
Mm-hmm. And this is where I want to insert about children again, children and jobs, because, you spend so much time focusing on the kids, and some people unfortunately try to relive their life through their children, and it just gets to a place where the kids are more important than the spouse. And that's not the setup. That's not the way that it's supposed to be. Children are definitely a blessing and they have their place, but children don't take the place of your spouse.
Right.
So there's got to be that amount of balance there, but, kids, eventually, God willing, they're going to grow up, and like we mentioned before in a different podcast, is people are finding themselves, that have not worked on their marriage while raising their family, find themselves at a place of where are we now?
Yes, that happens a lot.
Who are you and who am I? And we just two people sitting in the same room,
Yep.
Because we brought up the conversation jar, on
one of our other episodes.
One of the episodes, and so that's a way to, if you're that far apart, use that to start getting things back. We got plenty of other ideas, we're just not gonna let them all out right now, but that is definitely something to start bringing that relationship back together and getting to know each other again if you've let each other drift apart for whatever reason. Got to bring that back together.
Yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be talking about next. Is,
perfect segue.
That's right. That's right. So it's really important to spend quality time together. So if you are falling sort of apart or you see that you're sort of drifting in different directions, just remember it's really important to spend quality over quantity, quality time together. And it helps you grow together. And so, some of the things that you can do, I know some of the things that we did. So we love to ride, drive and just have a conversation. We're away from everything, away from, the house, away from work, away from the responsibilities. Something has to be clean, something has to be cooked, whatever. And we can just focus on each other and talk. So getting away from your normal environment is wonderful, even if you just have to go sit on your front porch or something. But we do like to ride. And so sharing your dreams, goals, and aspirations is huge. And I want to say this is that, okay, maybe you talked about that stuff when you were dating, but you change, you grow, you evolve. That's what humans do.
Right.
Our experiences cause us to sort of shift to the left or shift to the right or press in harder or push back and sort of maybe go another direction. And so our dreams, goals, and aspirations sort of change over time, or we've achieved some of them and now we're on to new ones. And so it's really important that we don't just sort of stay stuck thinking, oh, it's a one and done. It's not. We need to absolutely share and keep sharing and thinking and, talking together and share yours, but listen to your spouses. In some cases, they may even align, and how awesome would that be, right? So I think that's one thing for sure.
Yeah, and go back to the vision board. We talked about a vision board for your marriage. Those are things that you can put on your vision board.
Work towards them together.
Yeah, even in candid conversation when you're getting away from it all. So one of the things, she said was that we like to go for a ride in the car, get away and just talk. We also like to take walks. We either warmer, of course,
in the summer.
We walk around the block. We take our lunch breaks and we go walk around the block, talk about things. But when we're able to, we like to go to different parks and walk in the nature walks. And it's a different atmosphere. It's peaceful for us. It's something that we both enjoy. We're getting exercise while we're doing that, but we also are able to clear our heads and talk about things that are harder, to talk about in a busy environment like home, where everything is visible and you see stuff and it's like, oh, got to get that done. Yep. Oh, got to get that done. Oh, got to get that done. And so that's, another one of the things that we really like to do. So vision board, put that stuff on your vision board, and like you were saying, is start working towards those goals. But do it together. And it's okay to have your, like, we talked about earlier. He can have his and she can have hers, but don't let it take you this way.
Right.
Work
Everything
together,
in balance.
to help each other achieve, those goals on your vision board. And first and foremost, what should be on the vision board is how to keep your relationship, keep your marriage tight. Not just my dreams and goals, your dreams and goals. No, but we have to be able to make this a solid foundation for us. If not, then everything else is going to fall apart.
No, I agree. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Another thing to do is to pray together regularly, not once a month, maybe at least once a week, maybe a couple times a week. But praying together brings unity like nobody's business. So a focused prayer together on things that are important to the both of you, things like family issues or, family needs or, it could be friends, it could be anybody, but, needs and issues and things like that. But also like the dreams and the goals and the aspirations, things that you've written down on your vision board, take those to God in prayer together.
Let me ask you this, though.
Okay.
Let me ask you this real quick. Because
me.
we know people like this, that will pray apart.
Yes, we are sometimes those people.
But we ain't these people.
Okay.
But have a hard time actually praying together in front of each other.
Some people are.
So what would your advice be to people that are in that situation to where, he's in the car, or he's in his own space and he prays. She's wherever she is in her own space and they don't have any problems praying,
right?
But when it comes together, there's like, how we do this. You know what I'm saying? Like that I don't pray dynamic like, so-and-so or whatever, like pastors or, whoever. And they're like a little bit of afraid to pray for each other or in front of each other.
Yeah.
So what kind of, advice do you give to couples like that?
So I say that just do it afraid. And I say that because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And I know that from my own experience. And I would say it doesn't have to be long and drawn out. Just connect together with God. I don't care if you confess 3 scriptures and say amen. That is still praying together. If one person is more dominant, cool, okay. Let them get started. Or the person that's less dominant in the prayer time, let them get started with the couple things that's on their heart and let the other person sort of take it away. But the more you do it together, the easier it becomes. Yeah. So that would be my advice. Do it afraid, even if it's small, short little bursts. It's better than not doing it together. And
I would add to that, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because prayer is not about impressing God with your words. It's what comes from your heart. So if you can pray what comes from your heart alone, then coming together with your spouse, you ought to be able to put your hearts together and share your heart with God. And it shouldn't be about, well, I got to pray dynamic prayers. It ain't about all of that. You speak from the heart, and then let your as you grow spiritually, then you'll feel your prayers changing because you're becoming more spiritually mature. So it's not about impressive words. It's not about your vernacular, your vocabulary, how much dictionary you know. It's not about any of that. That's cool for those people that do that. That's them. If it's not you, don't compare yourself to them. Just get together, sit down with your spouse on the couch, on the bed, wherever you guys are going to do it, and just speak to God about what's on your heart, and then let that go and let that be a starting place for you.
So I'm going to bust you out because I think
Don't tell me I used wrong words.
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay.
You didn't. But what's funny is while you're telling people don't worry about basically using big words, you use the word vernacular.
That's not a big word, though. You want to listen to somebody, it's not about praying, though. Just don't watch Stephen A. Smith because he uses big words and you don't even know. I got to look up what he says on the dictionary sometimes. Like, what that ain't even a real word. He made that up.
It makes you rise to the next level, baby.
To look it up in the dictionary.
Vernacular.
What you talking about?
Sorry, I couldn't let that go by.
Okay, throw that out there.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, it was good. You used it. You used it
Okay.
well. So
All right, then
I just thought it was funny. So another thing you can do, you could try new activities together. So I know everybody calls it a bucket list.
Yeah.
Bucket list is basically things I want to do before I kick the bucket, die. So we're not trying to do an official bucket list, but just make a list of things that you guys want to do, each of you. Like, oh, I'd like to do this. Oh, I'd like to do this. Oh, I'd like to do this. Cool. Some of those things probably will line up. It depends on the two of you. Trey's list and my list probably would not line up. Not that there wouldn't be things we could each find fun on the other person's list, but we probably would not line up. But some people may line up. Well, but some people may have lots in common, and that's cool.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, when you talk about me and you, I mean, but that's still the whole point.
It gives us double the items to work through.
Yeah, you know,
how fun.
and increasing the adventure.
That's right.
You know, in the relationship, trying things that are new because we have been together for a long time. And we do get settled in our own ways about doing things. So we're not saying this without putting it into practice. You know, there are things that we still need to try. There's things that she really wants to do. She wants to do the escape room. You know, that's something that she's been wanting to do for like ever. It's cool, but not just me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, we need to get a group to go.
Into
I agree. We got to get
into
a group.
the escape room. You know, so it's trying to find people, you know, that have the time and that can go with us, you know, to go and do that. But I plan to try to do that.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So, but our lives are like busy though, you know, so there's like less like activity, but there's a lot of still things that we are working on to do together that we still both want to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know, it's more in the same realm than where it used to be. I think maybe 15, 20 years ago, then we'd have been like,
we were very,
you know,
very opposite.
I'm not doing that. You know, you'd be like,
yeah, I was pretty adamant what I would and would not participate in. Like football.
Would go to the other room.
Sure would. I didn't want to be in the same room with the noise coming out of that TV.
Room. She'd have to go to the other room. Holidays, my whole family is sitting in front of the TV screaming.
And I'm off somewhere taking a nap.
She in a different room.
I'm not. But I was the same way in my own family. Like everybody else loved football, but me, I never, ever.
Right.
So look, babe, that's because I want to be your friend. I am watching it and I'm enjoying it and I'm doing it. Now we got to get some fan gear.
You is smart.
We got to pick a team though.
You is kind.
You know what, sir?
You is my friend.
Sir. We need you to get it together.
But we good though.
We are. So the another thing on the list is just getting some common hobbies, things that you like to do.
Did you get the scriptures?
I didn't get that far.
Oh, because I interrupted you.
I didn't even.
I think I threw you off, but because I jumped in.
Just in case you don't know, we have a script to keep us organized.
Praying scripture.
Yes, but we didn't get there yet. So, if you find that you are in the place where maybe you and your spouse have grown apart, talk to them. Try to sort of get them to see what you're seeing, you know, how you're feeling, share how you're feeling. You feel disconnected, however you're feeling. I feel like there's a gap. I feel like we're not connecting. I feel like we don't spend enough time together, you know, whatever you choose to say based on how you're feeling. But you definitely should share your feelings without blaming anybody. Well, you go do this all the time, so we never spend time together. Right. That is going to fall on deaf ears. So just say, I feel da-da-da-da-da. There doesn't have to be any extra additives in there. Just say, I feel this way, and I want to fix it together. And if you, hopefully then you can put some of these things in practice that we talked about, right? Spending the quality time together, you know, praying together, you know, doing activities together, getting hobbies, you know, that you both like. But if your spouse is not down with any of that, you know, they don't see a problem, they don't want to fix it because they don't see a problem, you know, my advice then would be to pray. Pray for sure. And speaking scriptures, you know, over yourself, over your husband or your wife, about unity and oneness, over your marriage, really.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did have a couple scriptures, which is what, Trey was talking about. I have a couple scriptures I want to share with you, and they are about, being unified. They're about being on one accord. They're about, becoming one flesh. And so speak those scriptures over your situation and let God soften that person's heart. Let God bring the revelation. You'll see as you start speaking God's word that it'll start to shift and turn around. And so I'm not going to read through them. I'm just going to share them with you. So if you're interested, write these down. So I have number 1, I have Mark 10. So chapter 10, verse 8, Mark 10:8. I have Matthew chapter 19, verse 5, Matthew 19:5. And I have Amos chapter 3, verse 3. So Amos 3:3. So those are some good starter scriptures to get you praying for your marriage so that you guys can start getting close and growing together. So that's what I think. That's what, if that was the problem that me and you had, that's exactly what I would do. I would just start praying about it. I would come to you first, just like I said. And if you just weren't down, if you just didn't see what I saw, if you didn't feel the same way, I would just be praying over you, that God would, open your eyes and that, God would bring us closer and help to connect us. And so then I feel like the natural course of events will start to unfold and you will start doing things together. You'll find that you're, maybe not all of them, but you'll start finding things in common and you'll on purpose start spending time together.
Yeah. And, something else you can do along with that is stay peaceful. Don't let the attitude come out when you're trying to accomplish a goal, something like that. You want to be able to stay peaceful.
Because who wants to spend time with you if you're a mess, if you're nagging?
We'll talk about this in our communication, podcast. But, there's a way to say things that don't sound naggy.
Yeah.
There's a way to say things that don't have a negative, so that they don't sound negative. Just using your words wisely. But when you're trying to work together and the other person doesn't want to do the same things that you want to do, I would say that don't let it stop you.
Right.
But just stay balanced so that it doesn't take you away.
Yes.
Still do things that you want to do, but just don't let it get you caught up. Make sure you always invite your spouse.
Yep.
Even though there's a chance they're going to say no 9 times out of 10. You keep asking.
That's right.
Not, with that, you coming this time or what? That's not, you don't want to do that.
Yep.
Just
hey,
continue
babe,
to
I'm
ask.
going to do here, do this. Do you want to come with me?
Just thought I'd ask you, check in, see if you want to come
pressure,
this time.
Just asking. Yeah.
And stuff like that, can help continue to break the ice, and hopefully, with prayer, of course, that your spouse will begin to want to change, and see the necessity of spending time together and doing things that you may want to do because it's, it's love, right? Love is not selfish. So if I'm always like no to you, but want you to do what I want you to do with me, that's not love. That's selfishness.
Right.
So
I agree.
That can go in a whole nother different direction, but, don't give up, just continue to softly, just lead by example softly.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
And if you would like for us to pray with you, if you're in that situation, even if you're not, you just want us to pray for you, please put a note in the comment. Make a comment, please pray for me. You can say pray for closeness. You can say pray for unity. You can say whatever you want, really. But just put something in the comment so we know, and we'll gladly lift you guys up in prayer.
Yeah, put you on our prayer board.
We do have a prayer board.
We'll
have to break those out sometime and show.
Yeah.
Show our prayer boards. We can't have names, though.
Yeah, so we just have sections.
Protecting people's privacy. It's PII.
Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
That's right. It'll be fake names.
Yeah. It'd be fake, but it'd be somebody's real name that's watching. They'd be like, I thought you said you made that up, dog.
That's right. Okay, just kidding.
No, we can't do that. So we just put down the different sections like communication, sex, growing together, just these different things, that we can pray for other people for on our prayer board. But definitely add you to the board if you really need to. Yeah.
Well, I feel like this is a great topic. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I think this is fun because you can be creative trying to get close. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. Another thing that we didn't talk about, because we'll probably have another podcast about this specifically, but you know, even with sex, quite honestly, like sex brings people close together, and you can be fun and creative doing that as well. So I just feel like this is an opportunity for you guys to just sort of explore some new, you know, fun things to try to get closer together. So again, just do us a favor, just share some things in the comment section that not sex. I don't want to hear about your sex life, but share something in the comment section that you enjoy doing, like we shared with you guys, where we enjoy going for rides and having conversations and sharing some of those things. That's something that we enjoy doing together, and we do it often. You know, share something that you guys like to do. We would love to hear what you guys do, and maybe it's something we've not thought of, and we'd love to try it too. So, so I encourage you guys all to throw something in a comment. Share something that you and your spouse do to stay close and connected. That would be awesome. So, babe, here we are at the end of another episode.
Yup.
So, folks, if you like what you hear each week from our content, you know, our episodes, make sure that you go out, and if you watch us on YouTube, make sure that you like our episodes, make sure that you subscribe to our channel,
notifications,
and set up your alerts so that you know when our new content drops. You know what I'm saying?
Hit the bell.
That's right. Hit the bell. If you don't watch us on YouTube, just say you listen to us, you know, through a podcast. I don't know, is it an app platform like Apple iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio?
No, but we just got the Apple iTunes worked out. So
Apple
now
iTunes
we're
and
actually
iHeartRadio for sure.
The iTunes podcast. So we finally got that up and running. So
it's official. Yes,
you know,
it's official.
Go there. That's one of them. That is a popular platform. So if you have an Apple device, then you can definitely go there and do that. So
yeah. So we're on pretty much all of the major podcast platforms, quite honestly.
Yeah, you can find us pretty much anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere. Yeah, so just make sure that you subscribe there as well. Leave comments, like our content if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. Don't give us thumbs down. Only give us thumbs up. And make sure that you set up your alerts again, so that when our new content drops, you're alerted to that. And then we have a Facebook group, and we would love for you to find us, and we would love for you to join our group where we share fun and encouraging content. We're gonna start a series of nuggets. Here soon. I'm not sure if we're going to do it before the holidays or if we're going to hit that up right after the holidays, but...
I didn't know you was telling that now.
Oh, my bad. The secret is out.
I didn't know
we're going to start a series
releasing it.
Sorry, babe.
So that's all right. Nope, that just means accountability is out there.
It's out there. Now
we
got
have to do it.
That's right.
Yep. So,
leveling up. Yeah, we're going to start it'll be great. A Facebook Live little nugget, you know, just couple minutes, just spend some time with you guys. But yeah, so please find us out there. We would love for you to join our group. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Love to get to know new people. And build this wonderful network of thriving marriages.
Yes.
That's what we're wanting to create. So
facts, sir. Facts.
Rebuild, refine, and revive. You know, that's what we want to do. It's our mission and our goal.
That is, absolutely. Well, until we meet again, that is the end of this episode. Until next time.
Till next time, y'all.
Be blessed.
See ya.